Who wins, Topuria or McGregor after Aldo? Probably, I still think Topuria beats featherweight McGregor. I do believe so. I think the featherweights were nowhere near as good as they are now. Even in terms of Aldo, I think he massively improved over time. And yeah. I mean, think about it like this. The new number one contenders are Hollow Volk. Back then, it was Mendez and Edgar. Swanson, I believe, at one point was near top 5. I think he was like number 6 in the division. Poirier at like number 7 back then. And Poirier's gotten way better now. The bestest chance, you 12-year-old? Why are you typing like that with and donating money? The bestest chance. Probably Tom. Maybe Makhachev. Makhachev can win at welterweight, and if he does that after a few more lightweight defenses, you could be the GOAT. So probably Makhachev. It's hard to be the GOAT overall at heavyweight because they just don't have the depth of talent, and you can't move up and do something even cooler. You know what I'm saying? Jake Hadley reacting to the Volkov robbery.
I just wanted to have him get a title fight, but they ruined it.
DDP not getting a fluke cut and losing to Sean, bud. Well, the same cut's going to exist, brother. Scar tissue. So he's just more likely to cut Sean open this time round, buddy. Bro's name is Chaos and Buckley from St. Louis. Do it. Nah, I'm not getting them both to individually agree to do a singular interview and then on the day of the interview, spring it on them that I want to do a double one in the middle of their weight cut. I know you guys are children, but I'm not doing that. Thank you for the 28 months of membership, RH24. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. UFC 310 proved UFC rankings are somewhat accurate. I genuinely believe Ilia is the guy to break Oliveira's chin permanently. I believe so as well. I could see Ilia finishing him. I could so see this, chat. In a Topuria Oliveira matchup, I can see Oliveira reaching for the clinch and getting body shot finished by Ilia Topuria. You know when he goes for the single collar, chat, to look for his knees? I could so see him getting ripped to the body while trying to do that. Impression of Ilia's smile create Dylan Dennis in MMA for enough money. Yeah. Yeah, I would. I genuinely think I'd beat him in a boxing match anyway. Yeah. Thank you for the $5. Had he kept the Chad haircut and had the coaches combing his hair meme going, what was he thinking? Yeah, I know the braids weren't the best, but then again, his hair would have been jostling around way more, so they just would have robbed him even more otherwise. Ferguson versus Guida, book it. I'd like the Jim Miller fight instead. I saw Guida got paid like $300,000. Chat, yes or no, that's where the UFC is losing money. And that's something they don't get enough credit for. Keeping around legends that no one really gives a fuck about and actually paying them out hundreds of thousands to go out there and get subbed like a bum. You know what I mean? Arlovsky was the same. $300,000 for Arlovsky for him to go out there and stink up Apex every time. Like, I understand they're vets and they deserve it, but, you know, that's where the UFC is losing their money. If they could give a share of that to some of the up-and-comers, that'd be a lot better. Because they literally just go out there and lose easily. And eventually they get another old-timer where both of them are being paid like $350K and there's like $700,000 money going into this one fight and it's like a decision where one of them keeps their job, basically. It's strange. Ferguson versus Guida, book it. Already read it. I think they should cut Guida. Impression of Sarah telling Weidman to let Anders gas out by punching him in the face repeatedly. Way to go, Weidman! Let him keep punching you! Dennis lost to Logang. He did. He did lose to Logang. I used to really like the name Logan, but Logan Paul was genuinely ruined. What's going on, man? Probably just dehydrated. I don't know. I usually can just eat popcorn, but today I can't. My mouth's really dry. The little peep and little beadish, I don't care. Is Ilia's brothers good? No. He'll beat some low-ranked guys if they give him layups, but I think the second he gets tested, he'll lose. Alex had success clinching. It might be the weakness. Perhaps. Serves us right for having sympathy. Am I tripping, or that spinning back fist from Volkov was lightning fast and definitely stunned Garn a little? Yeah, it did stun Garn a little. And he lost a fucking round. You know what, chat? Watching the Weasel's video, Garn had shots that he landed that I didn't remember watching live. But I will say this, chat. Name a fucking shot that you remember Garn landing in that fight. At one point, he landed like a 1-2. I can't remember a robbery decision where I literally can't remember a thing that the other guy did well until watching a fucking frame-by-frame breakdown. 2 Pantojas versus 1 Tom Aspinall. I still think Tom would win. Tom actually gave a take on this, like how he would do against smaller people. And he was saying no chance he beats multiple people. I think he needs to get... Fuck, what was I saying? 2 Panthers 1. Oh, he needs to remember that he'll destroy the first one immediately. You know? No, I've not read that coin flip MMA. Thank you for the 2. Worried about Grey Shirt. If you unalive yourself, how's he going to feed his family of 18 who live with him or get the cleft palate surgery he needs? I don't know, dude. Thank you for the $5. I do worry, of course, about the many parasites that live off of my existence. You know? Mobsite Evloev said, I'm ready to fight in February. Let's go. No time to rest. That's pretty cool. Silly question. Guru, fight me? No. Thank you for the $8 Australian, Clive Armstrong. How's it going, brother? DDP victory opens door finally for UFC Africa versus Hamzat. True. Would love to see you in South Africa part 2. I'm going to keep it real honest with you guys. Thank you for the $8 Australian. Unless something crazy is guaranteed for me, I'm never setting foot back in Africa anywhere ever again. Let alone South Africa. Just being honest. Yeah. Just keeping it real. I would go if it was like, and they're rolling out the red carpet for Guru. Do they want you on the event and all of this? It'd be like, okay, I'll go. But I'm not going to go there just for a Drickus interview. I don't know. Guru dodging child support? True, dude. I've impregnated like 3 women out there. I turned Joho a fucking shade lighter, brother. No, I'm joking. I'm probably never going to go back to South Africa again. It's just 11-hour flight. I don't know. It's just... SA loves you. I know, but it's just so out of the way in the world. You know what I'm saying? I worry. I do worry out there. Especially now I'm a bit known. If people were aware that I was out there, I just wouldn't want to be in fucking South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Bro left a kid in South Africa. I did not leave a kid in South Africa. I wouldn't mind, though. I wouldn't go for nothing. You know what I mean? Good morning from Manchester, mate. Thank you, MMA Focus. What's up? What the fuck is going on with Hamzat? Will he ever fight for the title in the US? So, yeah, that sounds good. Bro switched up after DDP unfollowed him on Twitter. Dude, me and DDP are cool. South Africa's... It's fucking South Africa, you know what I mean? You're driving around and I'm like, fuck, am I getting robbed at this fucking traffic light right here? What are all these people doing around the cars in the street? You know what I mean? It's... you know, I don't need to go there. So I don't want... I think I really narrowly escaped some things the first time I went there. Just accidentally, you know what I mean? Walk around my fucking vlogging camera and shit. That's fucking retarded. But I don't know, dude. You just stop in traffic and then there's just kids just swarm the car with their hands out. And I'm like, dude, I don't need to be here. You know? I don't need to. I could be home in London, dude. I know London's not safe either. Don't worry. We got people there as well. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to go. You know? I don't want to go. Maybe I will in the future at some point. But I just don't like traveling in general, let alone to South Africa. I travel around Europe, though. Come to Australia, you have a fan base here, oink. The Oliveira thing is idiocy. Obviously, as a dominant undefeated champion, why fight up a weight class for anything but a second belt and risk losing it all? Plus, Oliveira's grappling and strength overall is superior to Ilia's. True. But I don't think it's idiocracy or idiocy to call out Oliveira. He doesn't risk losing it at all either, because he will still have his belt at featherweight by moving up. You know what, Giuliano Hensley, thank you for the $20. I get that you're saying he should fight, if he's going to move up, he should fight for a belt in the upper weight class. I completely agree. But yes or no, chat, I don't mind normalizing champions from a lower weight class fighting contenders of a higher weight class. I would actually prefer it if they had to run through a top contender to get their title shot against a champ. I'm sick and tired of the win-win of moving up to fight a champion in a higher division. I'm kind of sick of it. Because the champion gets no fucking respect. And then also, the other guys don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? They get no backlash. Whereas if they had to fight a contender, the champion of the higher division would get more respect because you know that the guy from the lower division that's a champ is legit by him beating a contender in the upper division. And it wouldn't be as much of an excuse because you would say, oh, well, you could beat the top contender, but you couldn't beat the champ. It's not just because you were smaller, it's because you're worse. You know what I'm saying? Only good thing the UFC got from Bellator was Jimmy Smith, but they got rid of him because he's not a UFC shill. If Jimmy Felder and yeah, Jimmy Smith was okay, but I do agree in getting rid of him completely. Thank you for the £5.